Good morning. Thanks for joining me. Sorry about the hitch to get started. We seem to be away again. So hopefully through YouTube we are going to get a much better vision, a much better picture. At least the yoga will still be good anyway. Okay, Monday morning. Where were we? Yeah, our breathing practice will be an alternate nostril breath. I'll count you through it, and then we'll get on into the practice. Okay, closing eyes, bringing awareness within. Take a deep, tall breath, breathe high to the crown of the head, and on the exhale, let the shoulders soften. Let the head drop slightly forward, and just bring the awareness to your breathing. Notice the rhythm of the breath. Feel that rise and fall in the body. Trying to hear the sound of your breathing. Let your attention drop down underneath you, feeling your connection to the earth. Feeling the support that the earth gives back to you. Lifting the awareness up through the front of the body. Feeling the touch of the morning air against the skin. And coming to the nostrils, feeling the flow of the air through the nose as you breathe. Follow the next in-breath, lift tall, open into the chest. 3 arms, easy inhale. Easy breathing. Bring your right hand up to control your nose. Exhale completely. Close the left. Inhale right. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Left exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left inhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Left exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breath. Breathe comfortably. Come into a breath retention, aiming to hold to my count of 30. Take a breath if you need it. Exhale. Easy inhale. Hold and relax. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 30. Take a breath, easy breathing. Take a tall breath, breathe high to the crown of the head. On the exhale, drop your chin into your chest. Get the eyes open. Take the hands to the top of the knees. Reach the crown of the head forward and roll the shoulders back. Lift the gaze, lift the head, push the chin skyward. Find that stretch on the skin of your throat. Soften, bring the gaze down to neutral. Turn the right ear to the right shoulder. And then the left ear to the left shoulder. Slow lift, come on back on up to center. Bring the hands up, interlock the fingers and gently rest your head into your hands, taking your gaze up to the roof. And then squeeze the elbows forward. Try and get the elbows to touch while you're looking to the roof. And bring the chin down towards the chest. Hold that bind onto your head. Squeeze the elbows together again a little bit more. Good. Inhale, release. Reach the thumbs, the palms up to the sky, pushing the hands high. Use the right hand to draw the left hand behind your head. And then over to the other side. Get back to center. Push the palms skyward again. And slowly lower the arms forward. Round into the shoulders as you push your hands away. Try and feel that release into the wrists. Turn the palms back towards you. Squeeze the palms together. Push the knuckles away. And release, hands back to knees. Take the left hand skyward. Reach it as high as you can. And then try and reach it a little bit further than you think. So you really feel that work in the side of the body. The whole length of the arm is working just to push those fingers to the ceiling. Yeah, release it down to the other side. Right hand reaches high. Push it up tall. And then look for a little bit more. You can find some more. Lift it a bit higher. Good. Lower that arm. Open out to shoulder height. Reach out. Just into the length of the arm. Then let the body follow. Take it out a bit further. And even a bit further. You'll be surprised at how far you can go. Keep reaching out. Hold the balance. Don't lock the breath. Yeah, soften back to center. Up to straight. Left arm reaches out. Just reach into the arm. Don't let the body follow just yet. Feel the forearm working as you push those fingers away from you. Then reach out with the body. Good. And a bit more. You can do it. And a bit more. All the way out. Notice how you want to lock the breath up. Keep the breath comfortable. Get soften. Come back on in. Hands behind the head again. An easy lock. And just floating from side to side. Keeping the elbows drawn back so that we keep the movement sideways into the spine. Yeah, the next time you come down to the right hand side, Pause it there. Then look for a little bit more movement. You might need to come slightly forward here to keep the balance. Reach on down, try and get the elbow to the floor, and then turn your gaze up, lift that top elbow, open into the chest. Bring the chest forward, bring the heart forward. Okay, close that top elbow a little, lift yourself up to center, and drop down to the other side. Elbow to the floor, then roll it open, lift the gaze, look up to the roof. Try and work that right knee back to the floor. Draw the chest forward. Keep lifting that top elbow. Close the top elbow a little, lift on up to center. And just squeeze the elbows back. Check in with that crease between the shoulder blades. Try and get the shoulder blades to touch. And release. Arms open to the side. Full length into the arms. Hands reaching as far away as they can. Keep the hands at shoulder height. Twist to the right. Try and get those arms to line up with the center of your mat. Keep reaching the hands away from each other. Flow back around through center to the other side. Get the shoulders to move with the arms and push one hand to the back of the mat, one hand to the front of the mat. And release back around to the front, hands down to the knees. Just shake hard into the shoulders. Pushing the belly button back, the heart back, squeeze the shoulders down towards your hips, round into that back. Chin into the chest, really feel the curvature from the tailbone to the crown of the head. And then try and release it the other way. Bring your heart forward, belly button forward, lift the crown of the head. Keep pulling the heart forward, looking for back bend and arch into the back. And release. Okay, we shake it up. If you're wearing a jersey like me, now's a good time to take it off. And then leaning back onto your hands, bring the feet forward comfortably onto the edges of the mat. And just play into your toes to start. No movement in the feet, isolating all the movement to the toes. Try and move that big toe independently of your other toes. Then try and keep the big toe still and move the 4 smaller toes. Just moving your toes is what we're looking for. Yeah, then increase that into the ankles. Move the feet as if they were windscreen wipers, both going in the same direction. Good. Then bring the toes in together. Release the little toes out to the side. Good. Take that movement higher up into the hips, trying to let the knees drop to the floor. Good. And bring the knees straight up to the sky. Bring the body up to tall. We're going to come through between the thighs, creases of your wrists onto the top of the toes, a nice bind around the ball of the foot. Lift high. Bring that heart up. Draw yourself forward. Let those elbows open out to the side. Stay with a long back so you can feel the length. Low down in the hips, in the lower back. Look for a little more movement forward. Then let the chin come into the chest, round into the upper back. Trying to drop the head to the floor. Good, nice work. Come on up. Bring those feet right in, close to the body. Reach your arms through to the front between the legs and look for a little momentum. See if you can push yourself up onto your feet. Coming up to balance. Bringing the hands to heart center. A little push of the right hand against the left hand. Turn around to the left. Have a glance down. Try and line your forearms up with the long side of your mat. And then float around through center to the other side. And release back to the front. Bring the elbows together. Fold down through between your legs again. Open the elbows out to the side. Get the knees above the elbows, then bring your hands flat down onto the mat. Push forward, bring the weight into the wrists. If you're comfortable in crow and you want to come to balance, keep leaning forward until the feet come up from the floor. Look to hold balance for a bit. Check in with your breathing. If everything is stacked on everything else, there should be very little effort to hold yourself up here, and then soften your way back down to the floor. Keep the hands stuck onto the mat, lift the hips skyward, soften in one knee, and just alternate from side to side, looking for that release on the back of the legs. It's a very close downward dog position we're in. There's a lot of weight on the arms. Good. Nice work. Both legs as straight as you can get them. Let the head drop. Push the hips up high. If the knees are bent and you're looking like me, it's quite okay. Good. Walk your hands forward. Come into a more comfortable downward dog position. Release the heels down to the mat. Push away from the floor. Take the hips up as high as you can. Let the head drop. Okay. Soften into the right knee. Straighten into the left leg. Take the left heel down to the floor. And then working over to the other side. Good. Bring the knees down together onto the mat. Bring the toes together. Come up to sit into hero pose. Okay, reaching the arms forward. Lean back into the pose. Keeping that balance, just finding that you're nice and sturdy and strong. As you lean back further, you'll feel the knees get a little bit lighter on the mat. Just work with where you feel safe and comfortable. You'll feel the stretch onto the top of the foot, the pressure into the top of the foot increases. Hold it. Good. Soften your way forward. Reach out onto the mat, tuck the toes under, pop up into downward dog again. Take that left leg, reach it up to the roof. Draw the toes towards you, turn the toe inward, so we're keeping the hip square to the ground, and lift the heel as high as you can. Good. Keep pushing the floor away with the hands. Use the push from the floor to push all the way up to the foot, taking the foot a bit higher. Bend that knee, float your knee down through between your hands, place your foot flat on the floor between the hands and come into a high lunge to start. Lifting the gaze forward, letting the body weight rest onto the top of the thigh, and dropping the back knee, turning the toes away. Again, push that front knee forward, let the hips drop. Bring the hands up onto the knee, slowly lifting the body up to vertical. Good. Soften forward, up onto the back toes, take the front foot back, lift again to down dog. This time, taking the right leg up, the heel lifts, keep the toes drawn inwards and down to the floor. Push away from the floor with the hands, soften into that left leg. Let your knee bend, let the knee underneath you, place your foot between your hands. Stay high in the lunge to start, lifting the gaze, pulling the heart forward, keeping the back knee lifted. And let the back knee drop, the toes point, hips drop forward to that front ankle, knee can move forward, lift the head, lift the chest. Back toes tuck under, get the front foot back, push up into your downward dog, taking the hips high, the head low. Good. Soften the knees down to the floor, come back to sit onto your heels, bring the right leg forward, line the toe up with the front of the knee, come to sit nice and tall. And just lifting the height into the back. Letting that knee drop open slightly as we come forward. Take your elbow outside of your knee. Draw back on that elbow to bring the body past your leg. Reach the chest towards the knee. Come forward, come forward, come forward. And look for a bind. So take the right hand to the floor. Draw a circle on the floor around to the back. Let your thumb point up to the roof. Lift that hand up onto the thigh. Reach back with the left hand. Try and bind the right fingers to the left wrist. Secure your bind, take an in-breath, and on an exhale, Drop the forehead down towards the knee, coming into as small a space as you can. Release from your bind, hands to the mat. Tuck that leg back in, the left foot forward. Again, toes line up with the front of the knee. Come to sit tall. Good. Bring your body inside of your thigh. Come forward. Elbow well outside. You want that kneecap right in, close to the armpit. Draw that elbow back to bring the body forward. Hand onto the floor. Draw that circle around your leg. The thumb points up to the sky. And lift your hands as high up on your thigh as you can. Reaching back with the right arm. Let the shoulder go with it. Make the bind much easier. Try and bind to the wrist. Secure the bind. And then let the body weight drop forward. Heart reaching towards your knee. Forehead onto the knee if you can. And just drop into that space. Listen to the body breathe. Good. As you release, bring your hands to the floor. Extend that left leg out to straight. If you need to, keep the left hand onto the mat to support you in the balance. Lifting high into the chest, slowly fold forward, reaching the right hand to the outside of that left leg. If you can get to the outside of the little toe, find the bind there. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, drop into the forward fold, pulling your heel into the mat so it opens the back of the knee. And just relax into the pose. Good, nice work. Release. Come on up. Bring that leg back in. Extend the right leg out. Use the right arm to keep you balanced. Lift tall into the chest. Left hand to the outside of your leg. Fold yourself forward. Reaching down to the outside of your foot if you can, but anywhere on the outside of the leg is fine. Find the bind. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, release into it. Keep the gaze towards the foot. So we keep the back long and tall. We get the movement to the lower back. Pull that front heel into the mat. You'll feel the stretch in the back of the knee deepen as you do that. Good, nice work. Releasing from the pose. Let your bum come down to sit inside of your foot. Open the foot out to the side. Bring the knees together. The heel is open on the side of your hip. Start to lean your way back. Come down onto your elbows. You want to try and keep this knee onto the mat. So if it's just starting to lift here and you're fairly comfortable in this position, just stay here. If it's easy to keep your knee down onto the mat, then by all means walk yourself a little lower down and come down to lie onto your back. If the knee's lifting from the floor then, rather come up until you've just got your knee onto the mat. Okay, feel that length in the top of the left thigh. Keep drawing the knee down towards the floor. Notice the connection to your right foot. Toes point skyward, push through the heel. And releasing from the pose, roll over to the right. Extend the left leg. Come up to upright. Bring the right foot back outside of your hip. Knees together again. Connect with that foot. Toes up to the sky. Come back onto the elbows. And again, as you drop back, if your knee's starting to lift, stop there. If the knee's happy on the floor, then by all means, take yourself all the way down onto the mat. And if you're lying on your back and you're quite comfortable, you can bring the hands up above the heart, take a bind, a hand to each elbow, and release your hands overhead. Okay, coming out of the pose, roll onto your left elbow, onto the left-hand side. Stack yourself to have the elbow in line with the hip and the ankles, coming into side plank. Feet stacked, press into the floor, lift the hips from the mat. If you're comfortable there, you can take the top hand, reach it up to the sky, tuck the chin in towards the armpit and turn your gaze up to the top hand. If you're still happy there, then you can lift that top leg. Okay, keep the hips drawn forward, the shoulders back. Play with the balance. Good, holding the control, bring that top leg down. Slowly lower the hand down to the mat, keep the hips up. And then soften the hips to the floor. And bring your top foot forward, place it flat onto the mat. Bring the heart forward again, so we're staying on the side of the body and lift the bottom leg away from the ground. And lift the heel higher than the big toes, and we're looking for the work on the inside of the leg. Good, soften on down to the floor. Coming into plank from here, so the bottom foot pulls into the mat, hips lift. Top hand can reach skyward again. If you're happy there, hold it there. If you want to go deeper, use that right foot, press it into the floor, take your weight up to your elbow and lift the bottom leg. Good, nice work. Okay, drop the bottom leg, drop the hips. Bring yourself up to sit. And fold that left foot around to the outside of your hip, coming up, ready to twist. Okay, reaching the right hand back, open up into the chest, lean back a little, start that twist so you past your thigh, then bring the knee up towards the armpit, take a hug into that knee, inhale yourself tall, exhale, let go into the twist. Keep drawing the belly button in, moving the belly past your thighs so that the movement can reach up to the shoulders. And release the twist back round to the front. Come over onto the right elbow, the right hand side of the body. Getting your elbow, your hip, and your ankle along the center line of your mat. Feet stacked above each other. Lifting the hips from the floor. Lifting that top hand up to the sky. Hold it there. Get yourself comfortable, nice and balanced. If you're happy, then look to lift that top leg. Okay, keep the breathing easy. Only work where you need to work. There's no need to make things more difficult. Good, holding that control. Let the leg slowly lower. Let the top hand come down. Let the hip come down to the floor. Good. Bring the left leg forward. Foot flat onto the floor in front of the hip. Knee above the ankle, checking in with that bottom leg. Look to lift it away from the mat. Try and turn the heel skyward and pull the little toe down towards the floor. Okay, bring your foot down to the mat. Popping up into side plank again. Lifting that top hand. And then thinking of pushing that foot into the floor, taking the weight towards the elbow. Lift the bottom leg. Good. On the release, foot down, hip down. Push yourself up. Come up to sit. Take hold of that right foot. Bring it around to the outside of the left hip. Lift tall. Bring your knee up to straight. Lean back as you twist. Take your hand behind. Bring the body past the leg. Then bring the kneecap right up into the armpit. Inhale tall. Exhale. Let go into the twist. Good, nice work. Floating around to the front. Just take hold of your left foot. Draw it around to the left hip. Getting the knees, the thighs into a nice deep cross. Trying to get the kneecaps stacked above each other. Lifting yourself tall, bring the hands to the feet. Take a nice tall breath. On an exhale, drop yourself forward. Letting the body rest onto the thighs, taking your chin past your knee. And drop down into it. Notice if there's any tension in your shoulders. Relax into the shoulders. Try and allow the stretch to only be where it needs to be. Don't let the tension creep in elsewhere. When you find those muscles on the hips that are letting go, breathe into them. See the in-breath, swell them with fresh air, and allow them to stretch and release on the exhale as they let that breath go. And lifting slowly, come on up. Take a bind to your big toes. Ease your feet forward and then come on up to balance. Arms are working to pull the toes apart, so we keep that deep cross in the thighs. Lift into the chest, bring the heart forward. Good. Okay, we're going to try and change our position here. So slowly uncross the knees, bring the feet towards each other. Let go of one foot, one hand. Take that into the other position. Rebind. Pull the toes apart again. Get the knees well crossed. Hold the balance. Lift into the chest. Okay, then draw yourself forward. Tucking the feet in as you come forward. Bringing the feet up next to the hips. Get the knees stacked. Lift yourself tall again. Take that bind to the feet. As you fold, let the body weight rest onto the thighs. Taking the chin way past your knees. And dropping the head down to the floor. Again, relax into the shoulders, relax the arms. And then reach your hands forward on your mat. Draw yourself over onto your knees. Keep the legs crossed. Pop yourself up into downward facing dog. Push into the floor. Take the hips up nice and high. Straighten into that back leg. Let the heels drop towards the mat. Good. Changing over to the other side. Pushing up straight again. Uncross the legs, come into a normal downward dog. Get yourself nice and comfortable. Reach the left hand across to the right ankle. Drop your head, look underneath the right armpit and try and see the roof. And then working across to the other side. Right hand reaches to left ankle. Chin to chest, take your hand underneath your arm, look up to the roof again. And soften. Hands back to the mat. Push the hips up high, roll the heels towards the floor. Find that length in the back of the legs. Good. Soften the knees down to the mat. Bring the toes together. And come back to sit into hero pose. And lifting the left arm up in front. Feed the right arm all the way through. Bring your fingers back onto your palm. Turn the thumbs to face you. And lift the hands skyward. At the top, work the shoulders forward. Rounding the shoulders as much as you can. Okay, bring the elbows back towards the body. Let them drop down onto the chest. Let the hands drop forward. Let the head follow, dropping the chin into the chest. And then turn your head from side to side. Looking to find that juicy spot where you feel the depth in the strips. And then let the head hang into that position. Lift the head slowly, release the arms, shake out, moving to the other side, right arm up, left arm works all the way through, fingers up onto palm, thumbs facing you. Again, lift the hands skyward, keep the elbows reaching forward. Bring the elbows down against the body, let the hands drop forward, let your chin close into your chest. Turn the head from side to side, find where the release is best and enjoy it. Release the arms, shake out into the full length of the arm. As you come forward, we're dropping down into child's pose, but with the arms fully extended out to the side. From the belly button, rest the weight onto the thighs, then the chest and the heart. Drop all the way down. Place the chin into the chest at the bottom and drop the forehead onto the floor. Arms reach out to the side. Pull the fingers away from you, and then relax the arms towards the floor. Pull the hands back, bring them underneath the shoulders, then reach them straight forward. Call the fingers away from you again. Bring the length into the arm, the length into the side body, and relax the hands to the floor, and relax into the length of the arms. Lifting slowly, draw yourself up. Come up onto hands and knees, up onto the toes, push back into downward dog. Drop the heels to the floor, take the hips up high. Bring the left hand to the center of the mat and step the left foot forward to the outside of that left hand. Stay high in the lunge, high on the arms, let the hips drop forward towards the floor. And then let the back knee come down to the mat, toes point away. Again, lift the heart, lift the head, push the hips forward, letting them drop low. Okay, keep that front foot stuck on the mat where it is. Walk your way back on your hands, come up onto the heel, straighten into that leg. And come on forward again. If you have the space, soften down onto your elbows. Looking for that little bit of rotation of the left elbow towards the ground, so we try and get the weight equal on both elbows. Look for a little lift on your head so you can see your fingertips. And then let the hips drop low again. Good. Turn that left leg open. Come up onto the outer edge of your left foot and let the knee drop open to the side. Good. Lifting slowly. Come on up to your hands. Step that front foot back. Push your way back into downward facing dog. This time bring the right hand to the center of the mat and the right foot forward. Stay high in the lunge to start. Letting the hips drop low, lifting the head, bringing the heart through. Then dropping the back knee down, pointing the back toes. Again, let the hips drop, lift high into the heart. Good, keep that foot stuck to the floor as you walk your hands back a little bit. Come up onto your heel, find that length in the back of the leg. Good. Then come forward again. Walk your way forward. Rest the elbows down to the floor. A little lift on the head so you can see your fingertips again. Hug that knee inward to start. And let the knee drop open, roll onto the outside of your foot. Yeah, come back on up to your foot, back on up to your hands. Lift, tuck the back toes under, back into downward facing dog. And taking the left leg up and reach as high as you can to the roof. Let your knee bend, push your foot over to the right hand side, underneath the left armpit. And then continue rolling all the way over onto your back. Reach the left hand high. Let the head drop back. Reach overhead with your hand. And then back up to the sky. Putting your hand down to the mat. Left leg reaches skyward. And release your foot down to the floor. Right leg lifting. Take it up high. At the very top, let the knee bend. Push your foot away behind you. Look underneath your armpit. And roll onto your back, turning the feet to point out the back of your mat. Reach the hips high, reach up high with the hand. Then drop that hand overhead. Let the gaze drop back as well. Good. Lift the top hand and float back down onto your mat. Leg up high, bring the foot down. Back into downward facing dog. Slow walk of the feet to the middle of the mat. And walk your hands back to the middle of the mat. Open the feet to the outer edges of the mat. Fold your way right down, bringing the elbows through between the knees. Take your hands around the back of the legs. Then bring the hands around the outside and place your palms down onto the top of the feet. Let the head drop and straighten into your legs as best you can. Good. Releasing the hands. Shuffle the feet together. Lower the bum. Come down into the sitting position. Bring the hands up to heart center. Hold the position. Reach the hands forward. Lift your hands so you can see underneath. And then lean your weight back. Lift the toes from the floor. Let the balls of the feet be as light as possible on the mat. Bring your hands back to your heart. And slowly lift. One up to stand tall. Reach the fingers skyward. Keep the gaze forward. Just reach as high as you can. Take a deep in breath here. And as you exhale, drop the arms to the side. Okay, coming into our balance. Bring hearts back to heart center. Take the weight into your right leg. Lift the left knee to the front. Extend out straight into that left leg. Lifting the foot as high as you can. Pushing the heel away. Good. Soften to your knee. Bring the foot back. Let your foot float underneath you. As you push it away behind, start to fold forward, keeping your hands at heart center. Coming down into a warrior three variation. Pointing the toes behind, lifting that foot to the height of the hips. Keeping your hands at heart center. Press into the floor with the supporting leg. And open the arms out to the side. And reach through to the front. Bring the palms together. Bring the hands back to your heart. As you lift, bend that back knee, let it float through to the front again. Lifting it as high as you can this time in the front. Lifting the toes. And take the awareness to the sole of your foot. You want to place that foot onto the floor without the need to make any adjustment. Simply take the weight across to the other side. Good. Push out straight into that right leg. Lift it as high as you can. Hold the balance. Good. Soften your knee, let the foot float through underneath you. As the foot pushes away behind, start to fold forward. Keep the hands in prayer position. Try and bring the shoulders down to the height of the hips and lift your foot to hip height. Find the balance. Let the arms open to the side. Then reach forward. Extend the hands away from the foot away from the hands. Nice work. Bring your hands back to your heart. And as you lift, let that back knee soften. Bring it through to the front. Right up high. Lift the toes. Good. With that awareness, place it onto the floor without needing to adjust. Release the hands to the side. Inhale, turn your thumbs open. Exhale, reach up high. Push the hands so high that you lift up onto your toes. Hold the gaze forward. Set your gaze on something. Try and hold that vision in the mind's eye. And then close the eyes, trying to hold the balance. Good. Open eyes again. Find your balance. Deep inhale. As we exhale, drop the arms open. Chin into the chest. Fall down into the forward fold. And then drop the heels to the mat. Soften your knees. Come down to sit. And come down to lie. All the way down. Onto your back. We'll take a spinal twist. And then into Shavasana. And lying down, opening the arms at shoulder height. Bring the left foot up onto the right thigh. Take the right hand up to the left knee. Draw that knee across the body and down towards the floor. And then turn your gaze out to your left hand. Follow the breath. You'll feel an inhale lifts that knee. To work with the exhale, allow it to drop closer to the floor. Inhaling slowly, come up to center. Extend the left leg out to straight. Bring the right foot to the left thigh, left hand to right knee. Roll the hips, roll the knee down towards the mat. Turn the gaze out to the right hand. Breathe to the pose. Release, let go. Inhale it back up to center. Bring your knees back onto the mat. Take that little wind around the top of the knees. Pull the hips back onto the floor. Feel the release in the lower back. And then stretch the legs out to straight. The arms open comfortably to the side. Let the little toes fall to the floor. Relax into the knees. Follow the breath on your next inhale. Breathe it up tall to the top. Pause at the top. As you let the breath go, relax all the body weight to the floor. Following the next inhale, breathe it tall again. And as this breath goes, let it take all facial tension with it. Soften, relax, let go. Bring your awareness to breathing. And hold the awareness on the breath. And allow yourself to relax completely. Your thinking has drifted away from your breath. Bring it back. Bring the awareness to the body. Let the tension leave the breath. Awaken your fingers, awaken your toes. Bring your feet together. Bring the hands together, hook the thumbs around each other. Release the hands overhead onto the floor, stretching away and breathing. Keep your right hand up there. Bring your left hand to your chest. Draw your knees up and roll to the right hand side. Take a moment to thank yourself for taking this time to look after your body. Take a moment to thank your body for its amazing abilities. And take a moment to set the intention to find joy in this day. Lifting slowly, bring yourself up to sit. Bring the hands together at heart center. We'll close with a chant of one Om. Deep inhale. Lower your chin to your chest. Open your eyes. Namaste. Well, thanks guys. That was a bit of an adventure today. For those of you who have managed to join me from Facebook rather quickly, thanks for that. And if you're not a regular Facebooker with me, then thanks for joining me anyway. And I look forward to seeing you back here again soon. Thanks guys. Enjoy your day. Cheers.